Hello my dear students, I hope you all are very fine. This is the second video for your revision. Okay, we are going to revise chapter 3 today, and we are not going to revise the whole chapter as the whole chapter is not coming in the exam. You only have to read and study till the page number 31, till the aerial animal. Okay, and whatever adaptation is found in those animals, okay, has been explained till the page number 31, only that you have to revise. So without wasting time, let's start this video because we have to discuss a lot of things. So first we are going to discuss with the topic, that is adaptation. Adaptation, please keep in your mind, adaptation is nothing but the special body features, okay, as the need for their environment, for the survival in their environment, many of the body parts has been changed according to the need of their environment, and that is only known as adaptation. And this adaptation is always found in their body. That means some of the changes are there in different animals that is required and that help them to survive in their surrounding. Okay, if we need hand to do the work, that's why we are having hand, but the aquatic animals don't need hand because all the time they have to swim. That's why their hand has been modified in the fins. In the other animals also, their body parts has been changed, okay, as the need of their environment. They need in that way, that's why there is a change in their body part, and that is only known as adaptation. So here we are only going to focus on the important topic and mostly on the adaptation found in the different type of animals. Okay, so let's start. But what happened with those animals who are not ready to adapt? That means they are not ready to bring the changes in their body. So they are not following according the rule of the nature, that means change in their body. So what will happen? They will extinct. Okay, as you can see the spelling of the extinct animals are those animals who has been disappeared from the earth. Okay, now you cannot see those animals, only you can know the name which is written in the book. Okay, but they are not present anymore. And what are the examples? Mammoth, dinosaurs, okay, saber-toothed tiger, dodo bird, and so on. Okay, so only keep in your mind some of the examples of the extinct animal. It is important. Okay, some of the example will come in the exam and you have to choose the correct option according to that. Next, we are going to discuss on the basis of their environment. The animals has been divided into 5 categories. Okay, because whatever the environment is surrounded, how they are surrounded with the different atmosphere, okay, they have been categorized. Okay, let's discuss. First is terrestrial animal. First is terrestrial animals. Terrestrial animals are those animals who are living on the land. Okay, and land can be anything. Mountain is also the part of the land, desert is also the part of the land, okay, grassland is also the part of the land. So these all are coming under the terrestrial because that is also the part of the land. So land animals are called terrestrial animals. Example: cat, dog, cow, buffalo, giraffe, lion, tiger, zebra, camel, all. Okay, next is aerial animals. Aerial animals are those animals who are able to fly in the sky, like birds and insect. Arboreal animals are those animals who are spending most of the time on their trees. Aquatic animals are those animals who are spending most of the time. Some aquatic animals live all the time under the water. Some aquatic animals are living sometimes out of the water also and nearby the water also. Okay, generally they are called amphibians, but those are also considered as aquatic animals because they are living in the water also. Next is amphibians. Amphibians are those animals who are able or capable to live in both type of surrounding. That means under the water also and on the land also. So let's discuss the types of the adaptation which is found in these animals one by one. First, we are going to discuss about the terrestrial animals. The terrestrial animals are protecting their body in 2 ways. Like in the winter season, some of the person like to wear the sweater, some of the person like to wear the jackets or leather jackets. But the purpose of both the things are to keep our body warm. Maybe the leather jacket be different from the sweater, normal sweater, but the purpose is same. In the same way, some of the animals are protecting against the cold environment with the help of the blubber. As you can see, blubber. Okay, whereas some of the animals are protecting their body with the help of the fur. Okay, as you can see. So which of the animals are having blubber? And what is blubber? Blubber is the thick layer of the fat, okay, which is present below the skin. Okay, here we are having the skin, here we are not having the fat, but as we will proceed towards the hand, it is having thick little fat, or these are the fat. So fat is the blubber is the layer of the fat which is present in some of the animals, especially who are living in a very cold, extreme cold conditions. Okay, examples are seal, walrus, penguin. These all are having blubber. Next, mountain goat, yak, or the polar bear is having fur. Okay, sometimes their fur is matching with their surrounding, that help them to protect from the enemies. Okay, like polar bear, as you can see, their fur color is white in color, that protect from the enemies, but sometimes the animals can have the different color fur also, but the basic purpose of having this fur is to keep their body warm. Okay, so this is how they are protecting in the cold environment. Next is aquatic animals. Aquatic animals are those animals who spend the time in the water, under the water, and they are having the breathing organ. Which type of breathing organ they have? They are having gills. Most of the aquatic animals are having gills. Some of the animals can have the lungs also, like whale and dolphins. But my dear, this is very easy way to remember. If any aquatic animals are living under the water all the time, they are generally have gills. Okay, like fish is having gills, seahorse is having gills, octopus is having gills, because these are living continuously under the water. But some of the animals like whale, okay, and dolphin, they are coming out of the water also sometime. Whale is not coming on the land, but time to time it is coming out of the water. Why? Because they are having lungs, and lungs is adapted to take the oxygen from the air. Okay, that's why they have to come on the out of the water. On another way, dolphin can live on the land also, so they are having lungs as a breathing organ. Next is very important, that is, most of the animals have fins or paddle that help them to swim. Now we are going to talk about the modified limbs. What is the limbs? Limbs in the simple language I told you, it can be the hand or leg. So at the place of hand and leg, some of the animals are having different body part that is required in their surrounding. Okay, like if we will talk about the fish, fish is having fins because they don't need hand or leg. They don't have to walk, they don't have to do anything with the hand, but instead of that they have to swim into the water, so their limbs has been modified into fins. Next is flipper. Okay, you can see the seal and turtle is having flipper. What is flipper? This part is flipper. So these flipper help them to swim into the water. Okay, next is webbed feet. They have to push the water back, okay, during the swimming. Okay, when they are swimming, duck is swimming, or the frog is swimming under the water, they have to push the water back with the help of these webbed feet. Okay, so these are the modified limbs. That means the head, the leg and hand has been changed into other parts. Next is amphibians. Okay, animals that live on the both land and water, you all are knowing that is amphibian animal, and as they are capable to live in both of the environment, so two type of adaptation is found in these animals which help them to survive under the water also and on the land also. Most common example is frog. Frog is having skin that help them to survive under the water. They are breathing in the water with the help of the skin, but whenever they are coming out of the water on the land, they are using lungs to breathe. Okay, next their leg is very strong. Their back leg is actually stronger as compared to the front, because they have to jump, and when they are jumping they are pushing their back leg. They are giving more strength on the back leg. Okay, that's why back leg is stronger as compared to the front one. Okay. Next, they are having webbed feet. Just now I told you frog is having webbed feet that help them to swim in the water, and the same webbed feet help them to take the support during the jumping on the land. Okay, so these type of adaptation is found in the amphibians. Next is arboreal animals. Arboreal animals are those animals who are spending most of the time on the trees, and if they are living on the trees, they have to climb on the branches, they have to move from one tree to another tree. Okay, and for all these things, their limbs means the four leg should be their leg. We cannot say legs are especially present on the back side, but the four limbs, that means at the place of hand they are also having the same structure. Their hand, which is known as four limbs, that is also very strong. Their four limbs are very strong, back legs are very strong, their tails are also very strong, because these parts help them to swim on the branches. Okay, as you can see some of the example, you are seeing the squirrel and the polar bear which is sitting on the trees. These are the example of arboreal animals. Next, one animal you are seeing flying, but we cannot consider it as a bird. Why? Because bird is having feather now, but this animal don't have feather. So what is this? This is the bat. But as it can fly, so it comes under the category of aerial animal. So mammal, it is a mammal. Bat is a mammal, and it is only the mammal that can fly. Next, aerial, other aerial animals. What are the adaptation that make them able to fly in the air? Okay, we are going to discuss that. Some examples of aerial animals are bird and insect. Those insects only, not all the insect, those insects who are able to fly. Okay, because aerial animals are spending time in the air, and when they are able to fly, then only they can be called aerial animals. So most of the birds are having hollow bone. This is one of the most important adaptation. Why? Because if their bone will be heavy, they are not able to fly, my dear. So they are having hollow bones. Next, their four limbs. That means their hand has been modified. At the place of hand, what they are having? They are having wings. Okay, that help them to fly in the air. And their hind limbs. That means their leg is also used to catch their prey. Their claws are also very sharp. Okay, so these are some of the adaptation that is more important. But other important is everyone see their shape. Okay, the shape of the bird is like this, like a boat. Okay, which is narrow from front and back, and it is broader in between. So this helps them to cut the hindrance of the air. That helps them to cut the air, and they can fly very easily. And next is their body is covered with a feather, which make them more lighter, and it also keeps their body warm. Okay, so these are some of the adaptation that you have to keep. But till, again I am explaining, till page number 31 only you have to revise, and I hope you will score very good marks, because you all are very hard working. Okay, so this was the second and the last video for class test 1, and I hope you all will study very hard and you all will score very good marks. All the best for your science exam.